What's up, my boys? It's Cyber Autosense here, bringing you to from another impressive video showing you a great kill to death ratio in Modern Warfare 2. Wait, I brought a sense. Is this Black Ops 2? Yes, you guys, of course, this is Black Ops 2, and I'm bringing you a Black Ops 2 gameplay, which is probably going to be, a day after every Road to Commander on Modern Warfare 2, just so I can bring you variety, and I hope you guys actually do appreciate the effort that I'm putting out, simply because, if you've ever played Modern Warfare 2 and you've ever played Black Ops 2, you can definitely notice the differences in both games, and because of it, sometimes my gameplay suffers because it's two different games and it's two different feels, and sometimes you get accustomed more to one to the other, and it's just a mess. But it definitely did not affect this gameplay, which I pretty much absolutely destroyed this team. A few of them were actually riot shielding. I get it. I know it's not that impressive, but I mean, whenever you get like 4 or 5 VSATs in one game, especially on multi-team, it means you're going absolutely bonkers. So I absolutely hope that you guys enjoy the gameplay itself, but I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a personal story that just happened to me today, actually. I actually work. I have a full-time job. I work at a golf course. I know that you guys probably don't give a shit, but so I get off of work, and I'm over here tired as shit, because after you're done working, you're normally tired. It makes sense. It's common sense. And so I'm over here driving, and I know a lot of you are younger, so you don't drive. And I know that a lot of you actually don't live in America, so what ends up happening is that there's a specific lane that you can go onto, which is called an HOV lane. During, like traffic hours, you can only ride on this HOV lane if you have more than one person, in the car with you, which, is to help prevent traffic or whatever it may be. Honestly, it's for the man to keep you down, so he can basically fine you for no reason. So, I'm over here cruising in my, my car. I'm over here driving home. I'm exhausted, and I'm on the HOV lane, but I'm by myself, and it's rush hour. Yeah, I know, it's pretty stupid. So I'm over here cruising, and the next thing I know, I'm going like 50, 60 miles per hour on the highway, and I see a cop cruiser in front of me. I'm like, oh shit, I hope this guy doesn't see me. I'm screwed. So I immediately, instincts kick in, and then you immediately try to swerve to the right, simply because the HOV is usually on the far left-hand side of the road, and so you swerve right, and there's a car right next to me, and I'm like, oh shit, I almost crashed into this. It was a white minivan, one of those kind of vans that you always see the rapists use. Yeah, I almost crashed into one of those, and so, obviously the car next to me started honking. He was like, beep, 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 motherfucker, what are you doing? Are you trying to run me off the road? Because it was some woman, it was just, some angry old lady, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and surely enough, the cop heard the honking, and, he obviously looked in his rearview mirror, and at that point in time, I knew that I was screwed. And so immediately after I passed him, of course, he started following me, and he got behind me, and he turned on his lights. And I don't know if you guys actually drive, because, you guys are getting a little bit older, but, when you see the cop lights in your rearview mirror, your heart kind of sinks, you kind of start to panic, and it's no different for me, even though I'm a little bit older. I'm 22 years old, if you guys didn't already know, but I definitely acted cool towards the situation. Anyways, the cop comes up behind me. She's like, yeah, sir, can you pull down the window? I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. I completely forgot because I was panicking, and so I pulled down the window, of course, and he was like, yeah, sir, can I get some license and registration, please? He had to sniff 20 times. I guess he had a cold, and I was like, yeah, sure. I started scrambling, trying to look for my license and registration, and I give it to the man, and he's like, yeah, so you know why I stopped you over, right? I'm like, yeah, I have a pretty good idea. He was like, well, I could have pulled you over for speeding. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. When I could have pulled you over for reckless driving, I'm like, okay, that's, because I almost crashed into the white lady in the minivan, and but I pulled you over because you were driving a HOV lane when you obviously don't have a passenger with you. And I was like, okay, yeah, you got me, sir. I understand. I fucked up. It was my fault. I get it. And so he was like, yeah, well, let me be back. And if you guys have ever been in that situation where a cop is waiting, checking your information, it's like the longest wait ever. You feel like he's checking up your social security records, if you have any extended warrants or crap like that. And of course I don't, but it always feels like he's trying to find something nothing on me. Like if there's a reason he could take me to jail, like he'll take it in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? And so he finally gets out of his cop cruiser and he's like, "All right, sir. Well, definitely, definitely drive safely and don't disobey the laws, and I'm going to be handing you a fine." And I'm like, "Oh, come on, dude, it wasn't that big of a deal. I was just driving an HOV, and I'm just trying to get home, it's a day off of work. I'm exhausted, brother." It's like, "Yeah, well, I can't let you go, because if I let you go, then, what's to stop me from letting the next guy go? And maybe the next guy, maybe he kills somebody in the HOV lane for speeding and reckless endangerment." And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotcha, man. I mean, don't give me the 411 or whatever it is that you young people like to say it." And so I ended up getting a $90 ticket. I'm gonna have to pay that shit off sometime in the next future. And he was like, "Yeah, you have 30 days." Yeah, definitely I would go to court, I would try to contest it, and it was just really, really fucking annoying. I mean, it's probably one of the most, awkward things ever, because, he was trying to, keep up the snot from his nose, and it was just definitely memorable. But yeah, this guy was actually a really cool guy. He explained to me that I should definitely contest it, because I was like, "Yeah, I probably won't end up contesting it because I obviously got caught red-handed. I mean, there was nothing to contest." But he explained to me that, it could go on my license, and that it would behoove me, it would benefit me to, contest it in court, see if I can remove that thing from my license. And, he was just a very, polite guy, and he was definitely one of the good cops out there. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and if you did, please don't forget to leave the thumbs up. And if you hated it, because I know that a lot of you don't actually give a shit about my personal life, leave it a thumbs down. Leave the comments and your opinions and suggestions in the comment section below. I hope you guys actually enjoyed the gameplay. Anyways, you guys, definitely follow me on Twitter. This has been Iron Tense, signing out.